Hi folks, it's Richard from Inclusive Driving, back with another whiteboard video for you. In this video, we're going to talk about driving at night and how we can avoid being blinded by car headlights coming towards us. So to begin with, we need to talk a little bit about the physiology or the biology of what is happening in our eyes when we see bright lights. So a couple of things happen. Let's talk about what happens first of all with the pupil in the middle of your eye. So the black dot in the middle of your eye, it's actually transparent, but it looks black. When we see bright light, our pupil constricts, it gets smaller to allow less light in. And that's so that you don't get overexposure on the retina at the back of the eye, so that you get a good quality image being sent to your brain. When we are in the dark, your pupils dilate and they get bigger. And that's to allow more light to go through your eye to hit the retina at the back of the eye, again to make a good quality image in the low light conditions. Now this isn't an instantaneous thing. It takes a little bit of time for your pupils to shrink or grow, to constrict or dilate. So when we are driving down a dark country lane with nothing coming towards us, just our own headlights showing the way, our pupils are quite wide because there's not a lot of light coming in. The only light really coming in is our headlights reflecting off the scenery in front of us and bouncing back to our eyes. When a car comes towards us, especially if they have main beam headlights on, we are receiving direct light into our eyes, and our eyes will go into a little bit of a panic and they will constrict. And that's fine while there is a car coming towards you. It's uncomfortable and it's a good idea to look away from the headlights, look to the left side of the road. But the problem comes once that car has passed you. You are suddenly in the dark again with your pupils really small, not letting much light in. And it takes a short amount of time for your pupils to dilate again. And it's in that couple of seconds that you are temporarily blind. You can't see anything. Now you might think, I've got a clever idea. I will close one eye when the headlights come towards me, so that this eye is in the darkness and the pupil is going to dilate. This eye is receiving the bright headlights, so it's going to constrict. And then once the car's past me, I'm going to swap my eyes over. I'm now going to open this one, which has a nice wide pupil, and close this one. Unfortunately, our body doesn't work that way. Your pupils always work together. So when this one dilates, this one dilates. When this one constricts, this one also constricts. And if your eyes are doing different things, you should really go and see a doctor. So that idea of closing the eyes doesn't work in this situation. However, there is still a benefit to closing one eye, which we're going to talk about next. Again, just looking at a little bit of physiology about what actually happens in the retina. So the retina is the light sensor. It's a bit like your phone's camera at the back of your eye. What happens when light hits it? You may have heard of rods and cones, which are the chemicals in the back of the eye that actually respond to light. Nighttime, we're looking at a chemical called rhodopsin. And here's a representation of it. So it's a chemical that's kind of in two parts with a little bit of a link between them. When a photon of light hits this molecule, this link gets broken, and the breaking of that link sends an electrical signal down the optic nerve to your brain. Now you have lots of these. You don't just have one, you have, I don't know how many. We're talking about millions, billions. Now when the bond here gets broken, it takes anything up to half an hour for it to reform. So once this particular chemical, let's just focus on one of them. Once this particular molecule of rhodopsin has done its job, it's now useless for about the next 30 minutes or so. And we're relying on the fact that we've got millions and billions of other molecules that can still function the job. The problem comes with exposure to very bright headlights for a long period of time. More and more of these molecules get broken. We call this bleaching. And there will come a point where most of your molecules of rhodopsin are now bleached and you have very few that are still able to function. And that's going to last for anything up to about 30 minutes. Now, let's say these are in your left eye. We've got an equal number of chemicals in our right eye. I'm not sure why I've drawn one above the other. That wasn't very well planned, was it? So in this instance, when we do see headlights coming towards us, if we close this eye, while all the molecules of rhodopsin are being bleached here, these are receiving no light whatsoever. This is nothing to do with the pupil constricting or dilating. This is to do with the chemicals which do work independently in each eye. So we're not bleaching these chemicals. And when the headlights have passed us, when the vehicle coming towards us with those horrible main beam LED xenon super ultra headlights have passed us, we can open this eye again. And we've now got functional rhodopsin chemicals ready to carry on transmitting signals to our brain. So that's a way of dealing with bright headlights coming towards you at night. You can close one eye, but it's nothing to do with your pupils constricting, but it's everything to do with not bleaching the rhodopsin chemicals. Well, I hope that's been useful to you, and we will see you on another video very soon.